What's up, guys? It's Rick Pino here from Get Wisdom. What if becoming a millionaire was less about making more money, less about working harder, and it really just came down to simple third grade math? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you why so many people complicate this idea of becoming a millionaire with like all the new and cool and flashy opportunities out there. You can do crypto and you can do this and you can get into real estate and you can do that. Instead of complicating this, I'm going to break this down for you so simply today that you would have wished you would have seen this video much sooner. Let's get into it. Well, guys, today's video is brought to you by my upcoming 5-day create and sell your own digital products virtual challenge. It's basically a virtual mentorship where over the course of 5 days, I'm going to show you step by step everything you need to know on how to learn how to monetize your knowledge, all from a biblical perspective, so that you can learn the ethical and the moral way on how you can serve people at a higher level and then make money at a higher level, all by doing this online. You don't need to be a guru. You don't need to have a bunch of tech skills. This is perfect for beginners looking to learn how to do this and make money online. If you're interested, just click the link down below and I'll show you how it's done, okay? Guys, let me ask you a question, okay? If you were to make 10 times the amount of money that you're making right now, like 10 times the amount of money, would your life be different? Like, what would your life look like? Would you be less stressed? Would you take a month-long vacation? Would you finally build that dream house? Would you be giving to more charities and more ministries and more churches and more missions that you just absolutely love, but maybe you're not able to, quote unquote, afford it right now, right? Like, how would making 10 times more money than you make right now, how would that change your life? You know, there's a lot of people out there who say like, oh, making money's not important. Like, I don't care about being a millionaire. I don't want to be that greedy. These are the same people that give the majority of their life to go to a job for 40 or 50 hours every single week for 40 or 50 or 60 years to try to make a little bit of money. And they're the same people going, money's not important. Then why are you giving your whole entire life to try to go make a little bit of money? Like, I submit to you, it is perfectly reasonable. It's perfectly fine to say, money is important. Is it the most important thing? No. But money is one of the most important parts of life because if you don't have money, you don't have options. You can't take care of anybody. You can't pay bills. It's just a part of life. It's part of how the world goes around. So please, don't be religious about this. Don't be like uberly like, you know, we don't care about money. Yes, you do. And it's okay that you do, as long as it's not the main thing, right? But it's a very important part of life. So I just want to submit that to you. Like, all these people like, it's not, who cares if you don't make a lot of money? We're not that greedy. Like, same people are trading most of their life to go make a little bit of money. So that's not even valid, right? So why is making money important? Because the punchline is this: for those people who are like, I don't want to make a ton of money. I have no desire to become a millionaire because I'm not that greedy, or, you know, money is not that important. I have no desire to become a millionaire. Unfortunately, for those who make that confession, those who think like that, if you don't have a desire to become a millionaire, you're not going to become one. It's just not going to happen. I don't care if it does or not. Really? Well, guess what? If you only have just enough, right? We just need just enough. We don't want to be greedy. If you just have just enough, how are you going to take care of anybody else but yourself? Like, how are you going to be that Proverbs man or woman where the Bible literally says a righteous man or woman leaves an inheritance for their children's children? Oh, well, Rick, it's talking about spiritual inheritance. No, it's not, because the next part of the verse says the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. That verse is talking about wealth. If you desire to be righteous, it is in God's heart for you to learn how to make an abundance of money and wealth, not just for you, but so that you can leave an inheritance to your children's children. Like, and then there's going to be people out there too who are like, you know, the Bible says, lay up not for yourselves, you know, treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy. Yes, it does. But look what it's saying there. Lay up not for yourself. Like, I'm not in business to try to like be as greedy as possible. Like, I'm going to be a bajillionaire just for me. No, I'm doing this for my children and my children's children. I'm doing this so that I can give Like, I've always dreamed about giving, and my wife and I were at the place we're able to do that, right? Like, I'm doing this so that I can give, and so we can serve, and so that we can live the fullest life possible, and not just for us, but now we can take care of others. We can help people. We can help people adopt children. We can give to the poor. We can help build orphanages. We can wipe out debt for people. Why? Because we have an abundance of resources and money. To think like, oh, I don't have a desire to be a millionaire. It's just not God's best for you. That's what I want to submit to you here, okay? So, is becoming a millionaire important? Well, come with me to the board and let's talk about there's different kinds of millionaires. Okay, and I'm going to break these down for you. There's really like 4 different kinds that you can become, and let's talk about it, okay? So, first kind of millionaire that there is, and by the way, I'm going to show you the different kinds of millionaires, and then I'm going to show you exactly how you can become a millionaire, okay? So let's first talk about different kinds of millionaires, okay? First kind of millionaire is what is called an asset or a net worth millionaire. Okay, an asset or a net worth millionaire. Okay, so basically, this kind of millionaire, if you have a certain number of assets that are worth more than your liabilities, okay, and it is in this 7-figure range, congratulations, you are an asset or a net worth millionaire. For instance, okay, let's break this down. Okay, let's say you have, maybe you've got $250K of equity in your home, right? And then every year you are investing, and you have whatever, $500K worth of investments, right? And then you've got equity in your home. Maybe you have a few rental properties that all have, some equity. Maybe you've got 3 different rental properties that each have $200K worth of equity in them. That's another $600K worth of equity in rental properties, okay? So let's say here, maybe these are your assets, okay? You've got 250 in your house of equity, you got 500 from investments, you got 600 in your different rental properties, okay? So this right here, let's see, it's 11, 12, 13, 5. So you've got roughly 1.35, okay? And then let's say you've got 350K worth of debt, maybe in the house or in these properties here, but that's all the debt you got. Well, congratulations, you are now the leftover net worth, or the leftover asset value, is $1 million. So you are an asset or a net worth millionaire, okay? That's how this one works. Let's go to the second kind of millionaire. Okay, the second kind of millionaire, this one's fun actually. Second kind of millionaire that you can become is a cash flow. A cash flow millionaire, okay? And what is a cash flow millionaire? A cash flow millionaire is someone who makes $1 million net per year. Okay, so let's say you own a business. Watch this. Let's say you own a business. Okay, and that business the business income, let's just say it is $1.4 million per year, okay? Your business does this, and this would be the gross income, like the total income, okay, that comes in. And then let's say it costs you $400,000 a year to run, okay? So you've got $400K worth of net operations, okay, to run the business per year. Well, this leaves you with $1 million worth of net income, okay, per year. So now, congratulations, this situation would help you, this situation would mean that you are a cash flow millionaire, okay? Let's talk about the third kind of millionaire that you can become. This one's really, really great. Third kind of millionaire that you can become is a passive income millionaire. Passive income millionaire. What is this, okay? A passive income millionaire is someone who has enough passive income that would give the same return that $1 million invested at 6% would give, okay? So what does that mean, okay? So let's just say you invested, actually come with me to the board, let me break it down for you, okay? Let's say you invested, and hang with me here, because in a moment I'm gonna show you how to become a millionaire, but I just need to break this part down for you. Okay, let's say you invested $1 million into some kind of investment that made you 6% a year, okay? What this means is that now the 6% off of the million, this would mean that you are making 1 million times 0.6. You would be making $60,000 per year of passive income, okay? Now here's the cool part. $60,000, if you were to divide that by 12, because that's how many months are in a year, okay, divided by 12. If you could figure out a way to generate $5,000 per month of passive income, then congratulations, you can now live the kind of lifestyle that a passive income millionaire would live, okay? So passive income millionaire. So you might be sitting here going, well, how in the world am I going to make $5K a month passive income? The best way to do this is with a digital product. Like if you built a $500 course, a $1,000 course, and let's say it's $500, you only need to sell 10 of those a month, right? In order to become a passive income millionaire, or to have the kind of cash flow that a passive income millionaire would have, right? If you have a $1,000 course, okay, you literally only need to sell 5 a month to have the same kind of passive income coming in that someone who invested $1 million at 6% would be making. Is this making sense to you right now? Like, it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely insane. And then of course, number 4, you could also be a liquid millionaire. And this is very self-explanatory. How are you a liquid millionaire? Well, you literally have $1 million liquid cash in the bank, right? So my question to you is this: which one of these should you aspire to become? Which one of these? Let me know down in the comments, which one of these should you aspire to become? I hope you're already getting this, okay? You should aspire to become all of them. Guys, here's the thing that I want to submit to you, okay? Wealth has a need for speed, okay? Wealth has a need for speed. And the punchline is this: wealth is less about how much money you make, and it's more about how fast you can make it. For instance, come with me back to the board and let me show you guys an example. Then here in a moment, I'm going to show you exactly how to become that millionaire, okay? So let's say, for instance, okay, you work at, oh man, let me see if I can do this right here. This is, Starbucks, okay? Let's see if I can draw a little Starbucks logo. How does that little thing look? Kind of like this. Okay, let's say you work at Starbucks and you're working here at the coffee shop, and the coffee shop pays you $25K per year, okay? Now, I have good news for you and I have not so good news for you, okay? When we're talking about becoming a millionaire, is it about how much money you have? Like, in fact, let me ask you this question. Is $1 million a lot of money? And I think the answer to that is not yes or no. The answer to is $1 million a lot of money? The answer is actually, it depends. It depends, because wealth has a need for speed, and wealth is more about how fast you can make it, not just how much you have. Because watch this, okay? Someone who works at Starbucks, if you're making $25K a year and you work there for 40 years, guess what's going to happen? Over the course of that 40 years, you would have made $1 million, but are you wealthy? No, right? Like, you're doing better than like a third world nation. That's awesome. But are you actually wealthy because you make $25K a year and it takes you 40 years to make the million? No, right? And so what I want to do here in this training today is I want to give you a very simple to follow formula that you can literally just take this formula, take massive action on it, and you can learn how to serve people at a higher level and then make money at a higher level as fast as humanly possible. Because guys, wealth has a need for speed. And yes, there are different kinds of millionaires, but the best way to step into that is to try and do this as fast as humanly possible. Like, you must decide right now, I am going to figure this thing out. And I think a lot of times, we get leery of like, oh, beware of the get rich quick schemes, right? And the only people who are saying beware of get rich quick schemes are broke people, because their time and their effort are their only income producing assets. So in their mind, people who say, oh, get rich quick schemes, beware, right? What about the stay broke your whole entire life scheme? Right? Somebody who only has time and effort to trade for money, of course, making money fast feels impossible for them, because the only way that they can make money is to give more time or more effort. But here in just a moment, I'm going to show you a framework that you can take and you can disconnect your time from your dollar and start making money with your creativity. So now time and effort are limited, and if they're connected to your earning potential is limited. Creativity is unlimited, and if you connect your earning potential to your creativity, now your earning potential also becomes unlimited. And now making money can go a lot faster for you, okay? And that's the actual real key on becoming a millionaire, is how fast you can make this. I'm not talking about get rich quick schemes like unethical, unmoral ways on just like tricking everybody and, unrighteously trying to make money. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about leveraging wisdom, leveraging new systems, leveraging creativity to speed up the wealth process. Come with me to the board and let's talk about it, okay? So now I'm going to give you guys a really, really cool formula on how this works. Now, the punchline is kind of like I said at the beginning of the training, I wish somebody would have shared with me what I'm about to share with you, because I'm about to share with you what I like to call millionaire math, okay? And literally, you could have learned this in the 3rd grade, but at least you're going to be able to learn it now, okay? So let's say you had the desire to make $1 million. Oops. Let's say you have the desire to make $1 million bucks, okay? One of the ways that you could make that $1 million is if you were to have a $20 digital product that you sold 50,000 times, okay? That's $1 million. Think about that. Like, could you create some kind of ebook or virtual training guide, right? Like a PDF, a training manual, an audio program. Maybe it's got 10 lessons, like 10-minute lessons that you sell for 20 bucks each. If you sell 50,000 of those, that's $1 million bucks, okay? And you might be sitting here going, 50,000, that feels like a lot. Well, what's worse, like going to your job for 40 or 50 years for 8, 9 hours per day, 5 or 6 days a week, and giving decades of your life to do this? Is that harder than creating 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 $20 products that you can put out there, and eventually over time, maybe a year or 2 or 3, even if it took 5 years, who cares? You're eventually going to get to that million, okay? But it gets better, because watch this. When it comes to millionaire math, you can always move the zero, okay? What does that mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's say you had that desire to make that same $1 million, okay? Now, what if you were to have a $200 product or service, something like that? You only need to sell 5,000 of those in order to make that same $1 million. So maybe you've got a 4-week class on Zoom that you sell for $200. You only need to sell 5,000 of them, right? Again, 5,000, I feel like that's big. Okay, what's harder? Creating something that you can sell over and over and over and over with little to minimal effort because you have a system to plug into. Maybe you attend the 5-day Create and Sell virtual challenge that I'm hosting, I told you about earlier. Click the link down below, hurry and get your ticket. I'll show you how it's done, okay? Maybe you found a system like that you're like, oh my gosh, I just create this thing one time and then I put it out there using this system and it begins to sell on autopilot. You may not sell 5,000 in your first year, but my gosh, in a matter of a couple of years, you can sell 5,000 of these. A lot of my students, they sell 5,000, in a month, in a couple of months. Not everybody, but some of them, right? It's possible. This is possible. Okay, you only need a $200 product. In our case, hopefully that's a digital product where you take the knowledge, the experience, the expertise that you already have, turn it into one of these digital products, okay? It gets even better though, guys. Watch this. In the millionaire math, you can always move the zero, okay? Again, another way to make that $1 million, okay? What if you had a $2,000 course, right? Maybe you put together a really cool course and you charge $2,000. You might be sitting here going, $2,000? Who's gonna pay me $2,000? Well, I'll tell you this. It was my son's birthday a couple of years ago, and he wanted to go bass fishing for his birthday. And I don't know anything about bass fishing. I've taken him fishing a whole bunch of times, but specifically bass fishing, I don't know anything about. And so that evening, I'm searching everything, Googling and YouTubing bass fishing. And I was like, this is silly. I'm tired of wasting my time. And I search bass fishing course, and somebody's course popped up. It was $2,000. And I paid them $2,000 for their course on bass fishing. What? Like, imagine if that person was like, who's going to pay me $2,000 to, teach them how to fish for bass in a course? No one's going to do that. I'm not going to create it. Imagine if they said that. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen to you if you're like, who would pay me $2,000 to put a course together and blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's silly. We are living in a brand new day and age where people would love to speed up the process of learning by finding someone that they connect with, like you, who could easily put together a $2,000 course, okay, where you can sell 500 of these. You can easily do this in a year. You can easily do this in a year. If you have a $2,000 course, you can easily sell 500 copies of that in a year and make that $1 million. Again, it continues to get better and better and better because check this out. You can move the zero, right? What if you had a $20,000 mentorship program? Okay, if you had a $20,000 mentorship program, you only need to sell 50 of those to make the same $1 million, right? Like, guys, I'm telling you, this is possible for you. This is in fact, I need at least 10 people in the comments right now. Drop it in the comments. Say, this is possible for me. Because it is. And honestly, you can continue moving the zeros. When you get skilled enough, You can absolutely have a $200,000 product or service. You only need 5 sales to make that same $1 million. You might be sitting here going, oh my gosh, who in the world would pay me 200K? Guys, I have a $200,000 service that I offer for my diamond clients. We have dozens and dozens and dozens of people in my diamond program. What the heck? Who's paying Rick multiple 6 figures? A number of people. Because I literally show them in my diamond program how to make 6 figures in a day. Many of them make 6 figures in a single day. Like, it's no brainer for them to invest 6 figures into the program because I'm teaching them how to make 6 figures in a day. I have many, 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 many students who have done this over and over and over and over, right? And so the point is this: when it comes to millionaire math, okay, which of these options should you consider building in your business? The answer is the same as earlier. What kind of millionaire should you become? Which one of these offers should you consider to implement into your business? All of them. Now, in full disclosure, I didn't start my journey with a $200,000 offer, right? I had to grow into that. But guys, I grew into that. It took a couple of years, but what's a couple of years? Who cares? Along my journey, I had $20 products. I had $200 products. I had $2,000 products. I had $20,000 products. And I still have $20 products, $200 products, $2,000 products, $20,000. I still have all of them. Like, imagine this, okay? Like, let's just take whatever. Let's take this example right here, okay? This is just talking about one specific course. Like, if you had one course that sold for $2,000 and over the course of a year, you sold 500 of them, that's only like 1.5 sales a day. Making 1.5 sales a day, less than that, right? Making a sale a day is literally going to be easier than you going to a job for 40 or 50 hours a week every single day for the rest of your life for 40 or 50 years. But here's the cool part. This is only talking about one specific course. What if you had 2 courses? What if you had 5 courses? What if you had 10 courses and all of your different courses are selling 2, 3, 4, 500 each per year? Like, guys, this is possible. This is how the digital product system, okay? This is how the digital product system works so powerfully. Because even if you don't have a $2,000 course, what if you had multiple, trainings or whatever it is? What if you had 4 of these? What if you had 3 of these, right? What if you had 20 different $20 products? What if you had one $20,000 mentorship program and all of these are selling on autopilot each per year? Guys, this is literally exactly how I do what I do. I have multiple digital products for multiple different people that are selling on autopilot each every single day at multiple different price points. And this is how one of the ways that I'm able to build wealth. This is one of the ways my students are able to build wealth is through digital products. Listen, if I can do it, if they can do it, you can do it as well, guys. I want to encourage you. This upcoming 5-day challenge, you do not want to miss it, okay? It's completely revolutionary. Go on the page, see my testimonies on there. People are mind blown. People are jaw dropped. The value you get for the very, very tiny investment of the ticket is ludicrous, okay? Click the link down below. Join me for the next 5-day live virtual training. I'm going to show you even more in depth how you can turn your knowledge, your experience, your expertise that you already have, monetize that knowledge, do it all from a biblical perspective. You don't have to be a guru. You don't have to have a bunch of tech skills. You can get started with a phone and a laptop. Guys, click that link down below and join me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the millionaire math and how to become a millionaire. Guys, make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next training. Thank you.